No bruises are noted. Next, I'm going to assess the posterior chest. I'm going to ask you to turn around. Turn with your back towards the camera. Okay. I'm going to place my hands on the back, and I'm going to ask you to say 99.
99.
Okay.
99.
Okay.
99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99. 99.
At this point, I was assessing for tactile fremitus, which was not noted. Now I'm going to percuss the posterior chest. If you'll take off your shirt. Okay. And now I'm going to listen for breath sounds. Breathe in, exhale. Wheezing was noted on inspiration. You can put your shirt back on. And if you'll turn back around. Now I'm going to inspect the upper extremities. You'll give me your wrist. I'm assessing the brachial pulse. No, I'm assessing the radial pulse. Now the ulnar pulse. And the brachial pulse. All right. The radial pulse. The ulnar pulse. Noted. And the brachial pulse. All right. Now I'm going to assess capillary refill, which should be less than 3 seconds. And it is. Capillary refill. Okay. Now I'm going to test range of motion. I'm going to ask you to lift your arms above your head. Okay. Now I want you to lower them and pull them back behind your back. Okay. Now if you'll bend your arms in behind your back. All right. Now if you'll put your hands at your side. I want you to abduct your arms and then adduct your arms. Now, I want you to take your arms and I want you to bend your elbows up. Alright, and then bend them down. Alright, bend them back up again. I'm going to hold the elbow and I want you to push. Alright, and push with this one. Alright, strength is noted in both elbows. Now, I want you to take your wrist, go up with them, come back to normal, go down with them, and back to normal, and then make a fist. Okay, now I'd like you to spread your fingers, and then take your thumbs and touch each finger to your thumbs. Okay. Now I'm assessing cerebellar function. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to stretch your arms out to each side. Now with your eyes closed, I want you to touch your first finger to your nose, starting with your left hand. Okay? And now with your right. No abnormalities are noted. Next, I'm going to, you can relax your arms, keep your eyes closed. Next, I'm going to take your hand. I am assessing for graphesthesia. I'm going to trace something into your hand, and I want you to tell me the number of the letter that I'm tracing.
0.
I'll do it one more time.
0.
Okay. I'm going to do another number or letter.
2.
Okay. Next hand.
3.
Okay. And next one.
4.
Alright. Next, I'm going to place an object in your hand, and I want you to tell me what I'm placing in your hand. Can you identify that object?
Cotton.
Okay. I'm going to place another object in your hand. You tell me what it is.
A coin.
Alright. Next hand. Can you tell me what that object is?
A pen.
Okay. And the next object?
Coin.
Alright. That is testing for stereognosis. Now I'm going to use the hammer to assess the biceps, the triceps, and the brachial reflex. First, I'm going to start with the biceps reflex. Rest your arm. You can bend it a little bit. Place my thumb, and I'm going to strike my thumb, looking for the bicep reflex. Alright. The reflex was noted. Rest your arm in my arm. Let me do it from this side. Looking for the bicep reflex. Now I'm going to check the triceps reflex. Let your arm go dead in my hand. Is it dead? Okay. Strike above the elbow. Strike again. The reflex was noted in the tricep. Now this arm. Let your arm go dead in my arm. Striking right above the elbow. And the reflex was noted. Now I'm assessing the brachial reflex. Holding the thumb and striking the forearm. And the thumb, striking the forearm. And the reflex was noted. I I'm checking the brachial reflex one more time on the left arm because it wasn't visible the first time. I'm striking the forearm while holding the thumb. One more time. The reflex was noted. Now I'm going to inspect the chest and auscultate the heart. If you'll come lay down and if you'll remove your shirt for me. And if you'll lay flat.
My back.
I'm sorry? Yes, if you'll lie on your back. At this point, I am assessing the chest, looking at the contour, looking for symmetry, and noting that it is not difficult for the patient to breathe. I'm going to look for the point of maximal impulse, which is at the 4th or 5th intercostal space in the mid-clavicular line. With one finger, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath and hold. Hold your breath. It is noted at the 5th intercostal space. Next, I'm going to listen to heart sounds. The heart is regular and heard loudest at the apex. Now I'm going to inspect, auscultate, percuss, and palpate the abdomen. First, I'm looking at the abdomen and I'm looking for the contour and shape, making sure there are no heaves. Okay. Now I'm going to listen for bowel sounds and listen to the arteries, starting with the right lower quadrant, listening for bowel sounds. Starting over, starting at the right lower quadrant. Right upper quadrant. Left upper quadrant. Left lower quadrant. I'm going to listen for the aortic artery. And the renal arteries. No sounds are noted. Now I will percuss the abdomen, starting at the right lower quadrant. Now we'll lightly palpate. Any tenderness noted?
No.
Now deep palpation. Any tenderness noted?
None.
And now to palpate the liver. I'm gonna lift up on your back. This might be a little. Does that hurt?
No.
And the liver is not enlarged. Now I'm going to inspect the lower extremities. I'm first looking them over, looking for symmetry. I'm noting the temperature and looking for any swelling. At this point, I'm looking for edema, pretibial edema. No edema is noted. I'm now going to check the pulses. This is the popliteal. The pulses are a little weak, but noted. I'm also looking at the inside of the ankle and palpating the inside here. I'm looking for the posterior tibial pulse, which is noted to be weak but regular, and on the left foot, weak but regular. And I'm also looking at the dorsalis pedis, which is on the top of the foot. Which is also weak but regular. And same for the left foot. Now I'm going to test the range of motion. I'm going to ask you to lift your legs straight up in the air, starting with your right. Okay. Now can you bend the knee to your chest and straight? Okay. Now if you'll point your toes and then point them towards your nose. Okay, can you turn your foot in and turn your foot out? And can you move your leg towards me? Your whole leg? Now can you cross it? Alright, now you can rest there. Can you lift your left leg straight in the air and back down? And your knee to your chest and back down. And can you turn your knee inwards and turn it out? Okay, now point your toes. Point them up towards your nose, and then point them down. Can you turn your foot in? Turn your foot out. Okay, now can you turn this foot in and turn that foot out? And can you turn this knee inwards and turn that knee out? And now I'm going to test for resistance with your right foot. If you'll push against my hand, okay? And if you'll push with your left, okay? Now I'm going to check the Achilles reflex. I'm going to take the foot, turn it outward, and rest it in my hand. And I'm going to strike the tendon on the back of the ankle. And I'm looking for the reflex. One more time. Oh, all right. Turn this leg outward. I'm going to strike the tendon on the back of the ankle. One more time. And the reflex was noted. Now I'm going to check the Babinski reflex.